Let's get ready to talk sports, entertainment, and innovation. It's time for SEICon Shorts.
Welcome to another episode of SEICon Shorts, episode number 7. Today we are excited to welcome our guest for the day, Michael Gursha. Michael is the CEO of Rookie Road. He's a Syracuse alum, very involved in the university and doing a lot of really cool things in sports technology and digital. So excited to have you on the program today. Welcome, Mike.
So thanks for having me, Adam.
Our pleasure. No, we're excited to have you out to SEICon in July and excited to have this conversation today. Obviously, we're both passionate Syracuse University alums. I'm rocking the Knicks hat today. It's been a big weekend in Knicks land.
As you should.
It's been about 25 years since we've seen what we're seeing right now. So if I'm offending anybody, I apologize, but I'm just super excited about the Knicks. But I digress.
New York is having a moment.
That's right. Yeah, we're two New Yorkers right now here, chewing the fat about the Knicks. It was an exciting night at the Garden last night. Very, very loud. But Mike, great to have you on SEICon Shorts and welcome you to the program today. And excited to learn more about you and your career as well. So let's start back in Orange Land, my friend. I know we're both passionate Syracuse alums, and you're incredibly involved in the university. But talk to us about your time as a student, kind of the impact that left on you throughout your career.
Yeah, no, happy to. Syracuse University is a very special place to me. I graduated from there in 2010. I did a dual degree between the Newhouse School, which is the communication school up there, and then the business school, the Whitman School. Studied television, radio, and film, and just media and communications in general at the Newhouse School, and then entrepreneurship at the business school. My time at Syracuse was amazing. I mean, besides making, some of my best friends, and staying in touch with a lot of, my peers, even, now and growing relationships with them, during college, but, after college as young professionals and into our careers, it's been a pretty incredible place from, building a, core group of amazing people, from a network perspective, in business and media and communications and really, everything that I do today. So it's been, influential for me, both from a learning academic perspective when I was there, making friends, building relationships, for, future, business, and really, besides the cold was, which well as also was, it was a super beautiful place as well.
And Mike, you were building companies as a college student. You were winning competitions in Blackstone Launchpad. You weren't the typical, college student that was, maybe you were out late as well. If you were, God bless, that's impressive. But your journey was definitely different and impressive, and not like anything I've seen from other students. So kind of talk to us about your drive from age 18, 19, 20 as a college student to becoming a CEO and an entrepreneur. Like, where did that all start?
Yeah, no. So I think it started when I was pretty young. When I was a little kid, I really just liked to build things and create things. I mean, I've said this before. I loved Legos, I loved puzzles, I loved building blocks, like all that kind of stuff. I think just from a very early time in my life, that building kind of led me to being super interested in entrepreneurship. Obviously because entrepreneurship is really about building from 0 to 1. And so when I went to Syracuse, one of the reasons why I went to Syracuse was I was interested in media and audience and film and that whole aspect, but I was also super interested in startups and building companies. And so the dual kind of degree that I did kind of complemented really well, like both of my interests and passions. And when I was at Syracuse, I was very eager to really kind of just get started, right? And one of the things that I really wanted to do when I was there was experience, building stuff, and actually like working on, building some products and some companies. And so, I really kind of just dove head in. head first, into the pool, right? Just started working on some projects, and one of which, I started working on as a sophomore with a group, and we ended up winning, a business plan competition there, and that product is still, sold, around the country. And around the world. Another company I started while I was there was a more technology focused social recommendation company, which I started with a friend of mine, another Newhouse student at the time. And that actually was a different kind of experience. I mean, the first one was a little bit, I ended up getting some, pretty good traction. I didn't stay super involved for the long haul, but it, ended up getting some really good traction. The second one, we ended up getting some traction, but not getting, the same traction that the traction that we wanted. And so we ended up, actually shutting it down, which was actually a really good experience as well. But yeah, no, my time at Syracuse, really kind of led me down the path that I am now, and kind of built like a really strong foundation, and a lot of the skills and learnings that pushed me down the path to doing what I did post graduation.
Super interesting. And then fast forwarding after your graduation, I believe it was you and your brother started up this company called Rookie Road. I was on it a few weeks ago as my son was embarking on his first season of flag football, and I put him on the site and I said, "Here, learn about flag football, and then get out onto the field and know a few things." So, talk to us a little bit about Rookie Road and kind of what your mission is there and what you've built over the last several years. It's really impressive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So rookieroad.com ended up starting with my brother a little past graduation. Actually, I did a bunch of stuff, post graduation at Syracuse. But about 6+ years ago or so, my brother and I started working on rookieroad.com, which is pretty much like a sports encyclopedia online. So we build out all how-to 101 Q&A reference-based content for all sports around the world. We have over 200 sports on the site at this point. So everything from football, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, rugby, darts, bowling, pickleball, curling, flag football, as you mentioned. Really, covering the horizontal across all the different, individual sports. And then we build out content, around those sports as comprehensively as possible, like really high quality content, in kind of that reference educational sphere. So things like the rules of the game, gameplay, player positions, history of the sport. We do stuff around teams and leagues. We've started to do a lot more with, drills and skills. Like youth sports is a pretty big area for us. And so, yeah, we try and be as comprehensive as possible to really be able to answer anybody's question about anything they could possibly think of around any of the sports on our site.
Incredible. And some of your employees, and I think many of your interns are Syracuse students as well. I'll talk about kind of how you give back and how you kind of tap into that amazing network of future industry leaders.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we have a couple full-time employees that were former Syracuse students. We also do hire a lot of part-time folks, especially on the content side, research and writing.
Mhm.
Some on the graphic side for graphic design, and so on and so forth. Interns and part-time folks that work with us on all different kinds of projects from Syracuse and other schools. But Syracuse obviously have very close ties to. We've hired a lot of students just naturally through the Falk School, just given the fact that it's a school focused on sports.
Sure.
And so there's a lot of interest, from those students around what we're doing, just around sports media, sports content, the data behind that. We collect a lot of data, anonymous data on trends, that are going on in the sports space, and analyzing that data and making predictive decisions on kind of what's happening or what's going to happen, or what kind of content we should build. And so on the analytics side with Falk, there's a lot of interest on that side as well. And then, Newhouse specifically as well, the communications and media school, just given we're a content company and we produce a lot of content, there's a lot of interest on that front too, from a writing and research and graphics and video and so on and so forth. And so we recruit a lot out of both of those programs, and really across campus in general. But those are the programs that probably have the most students that are most interested in what we're doing.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And just looking at Newhouse and kind of being the leader in all things media, TV, radio, film, all that good stuff. I think this definitely makes a lot of sense for you and your business. And then you're also kind of at the same time giving back, and you just joined the first Emerging Leaders Council that Newhouse has put together. And you mentioned for the FOC program before. I know they've got an ELC over there as well, which I think is great for just driving the future forward with education, with higher ed, as well as what's new in the industry. You mentioned trends as well. Talk to us about this new Emerging Leaders Council at Newhouse and kind of what the mission is there.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's sort of a more personal endeavor for me. Like I said, earlier, in our chat, Syracuse has, held a really special place in my life. And so giving back is important to me. I've been given a lot from the university, both from, other alums, mentors, advisors. We have some investors in our business that are, from the Syracuse community and the Syracuse University community. And so, it's given a lot to me, and I want to make sure that I do the same, back to the community, and make sure I'm giving my time and my energy and whatever I can. And so, the Newhouse Emerging Leaders, and I've sat on a couple of boards at Syracuse, but the Newhouse Emerging Leaders specifically is a board that the dean kind of put together in order to advise the dean, faculty, staff, on kind of strategic direction for the school and things that are kind of going on the ground floor. In media and communications, and so forth. And then, the group is also, doing a lot, with students and, events with alumni and students with mentoring. We have a mentorship program that we, recently launched. I think it might have skipped there for a second, but a mentorship program that we recently launched that, pairs each of us with individually and, one-on-one with a student who kind of lives in our space or is interested in our particular, industry or expertise. And that's been, really, really powerful so far as well. So it's kind of comprehensive to support students, faculty, staff, administration on really all, stuff for the school. And it's been a pretty amazing experience, thus far.
That's incredible. And I love hearing that. And just, I'm sure the people that you're running across, being on that board, just opens you up to new areas of networking. As in general, you're one of the best networkers I've ever met throughout my career. And I think networking just as a whole is super underrated and incredibly valuable, asset to have within both the sports industry and just in business overall. Talk to us a little bit about your love for networking and kind of what you've done, throughout your career, both as a student and now, as an entrepreneur, to really lean on the aspect of building your network, getting to know great people and leaning on them when you need them.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think networking is an interesting word. I know people, it's what it is, right? But like, the way that I've always looked at, networking, quote unquote networking is, just being curious and meeting a lot of really interesting people. That's kind of the viewpoint I've always taken, and I've kind of just built up an amazing network of people around me through that, right? And I think that anyone that wants to meet like-minded people or just learn in general, like it's a very natural way to do what you're saying, which is networking, right? And asking really interesting questions, meeting people that are interesting, that you want to learn from, and just being curious about stuff. It leads to meeting really interesting and good people. And that's sort of just the approach that I've always taken. And it's allowed me to, find and meet and, I'd say collect amazing people around me, right? That I've built relationships with over many, many years that, continue to be, close, advisors, mentors, friends, including yourself, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
just, that's my sort of best advice for it, is just, as natural as possible, right? Just do, focus on the things that you want to learn, focus on the things that you have questions on, focus on, how you can, just surround yourself and be in places with really interesting, people that are like-minded, and, really cool things happen out of that.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. There's an event coming up in July that we see there being a lot of great like-minded people attending. It's called SEICon. You're aware of it. You're speaking on a panel. We couldn't be more excited to have you joining us for our inaugural event this July at Virgin Hotels in Las Vegas. Mike, talk to us about SEICon and kind of why you're coming out, what you're most excited for, and what you're hoping to gain from the experience.
Yeah, no, totally. So yeah, SeaCon, I'm super excited to be in Las Vegas, in July for this event, this inaugural event. I think what's getting me most excited is that it's just aggregating and bringing a lot of industry leaders and professionals in, sports and sports media, and people that are doing really interesting stuff, on the innovation and build side, all in one place, talking about, all of that stuff. And so, just being there and having those conversations and meeting like-minded people, like I was talking about before, and people that are doing really interesting things in the space, I think a lot of really, awesome stuff can come out of that. So I'm excited to be there from that perspective. I'm excited to listen to and learn from a bunch of the other speakers. I plan on going to a lot of the other panels and the other events. I'm also excited to do my panel, and I think it's mostly talking about like content monetization and things in that category. The other folks on the panel, I'm excited to have the conversation with and learn from as well, and hopefully share some interesting insights and things that we've learned along the way that hopefully will be helpful for others. And yeah, no, it's always fun to be in Las Vegas as well.
Listen, the sports entertainment capital of the world. It was an easy pick for us to have our event at. But no, that's all great stuff, Mike. We appreciate you spending the time here with us today on SEICon Shorts. And for all the folks that want to learn more from Mike, it's rookieroad.com. He's going to be joining us at SEICon. The panel that Mike is going to be sitting on is called Optimized Content Monetization. So if you want to learn more about content and driving revenue through that, Mike is your guy, and it should be an amazing panel with him and many others at SEICon. But Mike, this was an absolute pleasure for us to sit down with you, learn more about you and your business, and really just your goals and aspirations. And the networking piece was really interesting as well to kind of hear it straight from the goat's mouth. So well done across the board, my friend. It's great to see you and have you on the program, and we couldn't be more excited to welcome you to Las Vegas in just about 2 short months here. Thanks everybody for listening in today. We'll be back next week with episode number 8 of SEICon Shorts. Thank you so much for joining, and go Knicks.
Thanks, Adam.